surfing. I've never heard of the Jamaican surf team, but I've heard a lot about Jamaican surfing and how into it the kids are here, so I'm pretty excited to get down to the beach and see what they're up to. Being here in Jamaica, the one thing I want to experience are probably the food and just the people. Just hang out and enjoy the culture here. Take in everything I can and enjoy it. I've heard of Billy Mystic. I've heard a lot of good things about him. I've heard he's a really good surfer and a good guy to help the next generation of surfers from Jamaica get started and keep that sport alive here. Let's start right now. I want to know how you started surfing. From day one, what your first day in the water and how you ended up in there?
Well, I don't really remember my first day in the water. I just remember growing up here, so I kind of always remember being in the waves, in the sea. But in about 1974 or so, a friend of mine, I met a friend named Terence Mochette.
I used to come here every year in the summertime and surf. And I used to hang out and sleep on the beach because I didn't like staying in hotels.
He was one of the surfers I used to see in the 60s riding longboards around the place. We just see them passing like ghosts in the night. Yeah, it's like, you know, gypsies, you know.
And so one day I was finished surfing and I had my surfboard. And Billy was on the beach and said, "Hey, sir, can I borrow your board?" I said, "Yeah, but you don't have to say sir, just take my board."
We caught a wave right away. I was trying to stand up. It didn't have a fin in. And he called me and I put the fin in. And next thing I know, I'm standing up on little waves out here.
And that was his introduction to surfing. And he's been a surf rat since.
So how many kids do you have? I know you got a few kids and they're all surfers, obviously. They've grown up under your wing. They're gonna end up in the ocean.
Well, I have 5 kids. My firstborn was Aisha.
The first time I tried, I didn't really take to it, but then once you really got into it, you know, it just took over the whole life. There's nothing was left but surfing.
My second son is Ainilek.
Everything that we knew about surfing was just Daddy and what he made it to be. It was the biggest influence.
And then after that was Aika. Aika is like the ripper snapper surfer.
As a surfer, I've traveled quite a few places. South Africa, Indonesia, France, Ecuador, Tahiti, Haiti, Puerto Rico, Barbados, Trinidad. The list goes on. I've been quite a few places, traveling, representing Jamaica on international levels, in competitions and on photo shoots and boat trips and that kind of stuff.
Then my daughter, Imani, she surfs as well.
Being the only girl, you're not spoiled. It's pretty hard because I remember when I was learning, my brothers would tell me, you know, move out the way, man, you're in my way, go over there where it's small and surf by yourself. Nobody don't want you over here. So I had to actually push and fight my way, and the excuses I would use is, I'm gonna tell my daddy if you don't give me a wave. And
then my smallest son, who is taking part in the youth development program, is Iva.
Favorite thing about surfing in Jamaica is you get to hang out with your friends a lot. It's like nice out in the water. You don't have to fight for waves or anything. People can give you waves.
Billy and I met at Jamaica School of Agriculture. That was back in 1978. Billy has always been a surfer. He was a surfer before he became a musician. Well, Billy loves the sea. I can't swim. When I first met Billy, I wouldn't even go into the water, into the sea.
Coming to Jamaica, obviously reggae is a huge impact here, and you know, it's reached so far. I actually had this man right here, our whole school sang our finishing song at graduation was from Bob Marley, so it's definitely got a huge impact on the surfing world and the whole world itself. This morning we had some time, so I finally got to do a few things I was really looking forward to doing. Being in Jamaica, I got to go look at the Bob Marley Museum and see where he lived and photo of his whole family and his whole history and his whole legacy. So he's pretty excited about that. What's the connection with From the Deep and surfing?
Well, From the Deep, that is actually the name of my kids' band. They have a little band, you know. They grew up seeing music around them. My band used to rehearse here at home. So
From ever since, my father has been the lead singer of the Mystic Revealers. So because of that, we've been around, like exposed to music from ever since, from before I was born, if I could say that.
And they're surfers, so their music have
that same feel, yeah.
It's influenced by surfing. It don't sound like the everyday music.
Our music has grown to be like a nice, relaxed kind of mellow vibe.
So what we have here at Jamnesia, my eldest son Ishak said we should have a regular party and so we can practice our music. And every other weekend we allow anyone who wants to perform to come and perform. We're not booking it.
Get on stage.
You have 15 minutes, do your worst, you know what I mean? This is an opportunity for them to see acts and talent that they wouldn't be able to see anywhere else because they're not being booked.
He's like, yeah, I'm just gonna put together a little jam session to have these bands come over and play some music for you guys. And it was like 5 of the best shows I've seen in the last like 8 months.
It has turned into a nice thing. The Jamnesia session every 2 weeks has turned into a nice, expressive environment, you know, for music.
When we started Jamnesia sessions, it was really, we intended it to be for the surfers, you know, and then it's just a whole new group of people that just came into our lives.
Now I'm down at the beach and this is a huge deal. Yeah, I got to come down and watch a few of the heats and they have like automatic scoring. We don't even have that on Maui right now. You know, like you fly into Jamaica, you don't really know what to expect for surf, and it was a lot of fun. I mean, there's perfect little reef set up and tons of waves for all the kids.
Back in the 70s, when I was surfing, it was just maybe 2 or 3 of us. You know, we were like all on our own. We had to sneak out and go surfing, you know. So now you find that surfing is more accepted because of the work of the Surfing Association.
Billy kind of helped to change the direction of surfing and make it more widespread to everybody.
He started developing the association and developing surfing.
He was the one who came up with the whole idea and the whole putting Maca Pro as a part of the Caribbean Surf Network, which is a network of Caribbean organizations that create these competitions for surfers.
How can we make surfing be not just a sport of choice, but also be an industry that can offer employment?
Future for all these kids.
Exactly, because you don't want kids to just get into surfing and then when it's time to go to college or it's time to get a job, it hasn't done anything for them, you know what I mean?
Right now he's on a movement to unify Caribbean. So we have a youth exchange program and we want to take the young kids to help them to see themselves as professional surfers.
The kids have been having a blast. They've been welcomed as though they're coming back to their own homes. Anything they need, they check Miss Maggie or Uncle Billy, and they're being catered to right up. They've had a fantastic experience so far. They have excellent friendships that they've struck up with the local kids.
Met a couple of really cool kids here in Jamaica.
And it's been real fun in Jamaica. I have to come back sometime.
Right now we just started up surfing class and we make it very affordable, and we actually got some sponsorship so that we could sponsor kids from the area and, you know, underprivileged kids, and they could come out and so.
In Jamaica, the difference with surfing here is that it's more like family. It's like everyone knows everyone, everyone's cool with everyone. Even if someone new comes out in the water, it's not like you look at them and like, hey, what's this guy doing on my wave? You know, it's like, oh, hey, what's up? You want to come share some waves with us? Let's have some fun, you know? And because that's what surfing really is, it's fun. We do it because we love doing it, you know?
It's about one love and respect and honesty and justice in the water.
Surfing is like the sun rising every day in Jamaica, you know? Surfing's so fun that you don't really have to keep it alive, you really have to guide it, you know?
Rasta is a spiritual vibration and surfing is a spiritual vibration because we can't go surfing when we want to. We have to go surfing when the earth allows us to.
Going over to Billy Mystic's place was, a huge deal for me. Like, I expected it to be fun and I was blown away by how much more fun I had. His whole setup here is just amazing. Like, the world needs more people like Billy. Like, they're going out of their way to make sure that the future is set up in surfing and just his town in general and in all of his country. There's more potential here than anywhere I've been. And it's all new to these guys, They're only like 2 generations into surfing here. I'm taking away from this trip to Jamaica just a lot of inspiration. Like, I came here and to see all these kids, how excited they are and happy they are, and it's inspiring for me to want to do this when I go home, to set up more things for the kids. And the style of surfing and the etiquette and the respect level and everything is in their hands. Like, they're gonna create one of the most amazing generations of surfers.